Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey, and I run an agency called Kevin Downey, where we help companies with their recruiting and email marketing efforts. You can visit our website at kevinmdowney.com. Okay, today's topic, and I talked about this recently, Latin American business development representatives, sales development representatives. For B2B companies, really common thing we do is recruit. We're recruiting every day in Latin America, remote reps. But I want to talk about a specific use case that has come hot lately. It's really been really popular, and that is utilizing those reps not to really generate leads or appointments so much, although if you can get them, that's great, but literally just to gather intel for a company's sales teams, for your sales team, for example. So let's say you're going after mid-market or enterprise companies and you have 50, 100, 200 people in a department at the company, at the prospect, and you're trying to figure out who the right decision maker is, who's the right person to talk to, where are they located, what are the suppliers or vendors they're currently using that you might be competing with, if any, what's their budget, gathering that kind of intel. When it comes to our sales teams that are making $75,000, $125,000 a year or more in base compensation, boy, that's a lot of time that's spent by those sales teams to gather that information. And so what we've seen a run of lately is clients utilizing, having us recruit for them, but bringing on 1 or 2, 3 reps from Latin America and putting them on a list and having them do nothing but gather intel and then hand that intel off to the to a salesperson. And in one case, they did a 1-to-1 ratio. So they had, I think, 5 on their sales team. They tested a couple reps in Latin America first, and then they grew that to 5. And they have a dedicated rep in Latin America to pair up with an account executive. And you think about it and you say, well, I'm just adding to my sales rep salary. But you're not, right? You're increasing their efficiency so much that you're actually reducing your cost and increasing your ROI on your sales team. Because now, let's say I'm an account executive and I'm getting paid $125,000 base, OTE I'm $175,000, about $200,000. If instead of me doing cold outreach to prospects for half my day all of the time, I now have somebody going after my prospect list. Say there's 10,000 companies or 5,000 companies to go after, and they're finding out who the right decision maker is, and they're gathering some other intel, right? They're not even generating a lead. They don't even necessarily have a need right now. They're not even setting an appointment by any means. They're just finding decision maker and some information about which vendor or suppliers they're using that is relevant to me, right? Maybe competition, and maybe get budget. Like, what you guys are spending on that a month, whatever, right? Get that information and hand it to me as an account executive. Oh my gosh, that's gold, right? So in fact, one conversation that the company's CEO said, well, could we justify taking that rep's compensation out of our account executives' commissions? And the CSO said, yeah, probably, because at the end of the day, they're like, well, the rep's going to cost what, 15, 20 grand a year, maybe 25 if they're really good. And if I'm a sales rep, if I'm an account executive at that company and I don't have to waste loads of time gathering intel, and I can go right after prospects, especially after this rep has worked some time and really gotten me a good base to work with, boy, that's going to save me a lot of time. I'm going to be able to get to a lot more people that are relevant. I'm not going to waste a ton of time. I'm going to be able to do more appointments. I'm going to be able to travel more for, calls. I can justify more travel because I'm going to get in front of the right people more. It's just going to make my life infinitely easier. It's going to make me a lot more effective. And at the end of the day, going to make make me more money. It's going to make my employer more money, right? So something to think about if you've got a sales team and you don't do dedicated business development reps, and just because you're worried about the biz dev reps not being able to have that intelligent conversation about your products or services to create demand on a call, think about that rep, BDRs, just gathering intel, decision maker, info, who's the person we should be talking to? Who are you currently buying from? What are you spending? That kind of stuff. Boy, that could be hugely valuable for a lot of companies out there, especially in B2B. So anyway, if you have any questions, reach out to us, kevinmdowney.com. You can check out our programs on our website. And best of luck in business. Appreciate you being here, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.